Okay, so what we're looking at here is how to change a project that's been set up at a lower resolution than it needs to be into a higher resolution project, so that the composition kind of stays intact. So we've got 2400 by 3000 pixel composition that we need as a triptych. So what we're going to do now is actually make a 2400 wide composition, but we're going to make it 3 times as wide as that, which is going to be 90 to 100 pixels wide. Okay, so that you've got all your triptych in one document by 3000 high. Okay, so we're going to go to Photoshop. Okay, we saved off a new version of the project, and then we'll go to Image, Canvas Size. Okay, and in here we can change the resolution of something without changing the size of stuff in the background. Okay, and that means we've just got the ability to change that later, so we can rescale it and frame it correctly. So we're going to make this width, sorry, it should be 7200. Okay, so it's going to be 7200 pixels wide. Okay, and it's scaling from the middle, and then 3000 pixels high. Okay, so you've got 2400 wide by 3000 high images within that space that you can then crop off and work with later. So we click OK there. Okay, and you can see now that that's the size that it should be. Okay, so what we can do then to kind of fit this composition into the rest of that is look to our layers panel. Okay, and I'm just going to minimize all these layers, so I think we've got almost everything there. Okay, and we can click on one of these, hold down Shift and click on the other layers, and then go to transform. So we'll use free transform, so edit, free transform, and actually for this, because I just want to transform right from the middle here, or roughly the middle of this composition, which is about here, say, in proportion. So I'm going to lock the proportions here, and then in the width and height I'm just going to increase those in increments of 10. So I'm going to hold down Shift once I've got that selected, and then just click up, and this will gradually scale up, and we'll get a preview of this once we click to the next window. So okay, if we click in the next one, we should now get that reframed. Okay, so it's still not quite big enough, so we'll just go up a little bit more until we can see these lines kind of touch the edge. So some of the lines will need to be drawn or redrawn or extended. Okay, but you can see you've got the basic composition fitting in there. So once that's we're happy with that, we can hit enter. That will apply the transformation, and the lines at that point, if I just jump back to the move tool and hit apply, the lines will become a little bit sharper, but you'll notice that because we scaled it up by, I think it was 240 or 300%, then even though the lines look sharp there, if we go to view and 100%, the lines are going to be a little bit blurry along the edge. So you can see, because we've resized those lines, they're not 100% perfect. So that's and especially in here we've got that kind of detail. So you may need to rework some of those lines. Okay. So that's how to rescale it. And then if we wanted to then crop that, so we had the individual parts of the triptych at the end, then what I would do is go to Image, Duplicate. I'm going to duplicate just the merged layers of it, so it's kind of a flat version of it. Click OK. Okay, and then I'll grab the crop tool on the left-hand side here. Oh. No, I want that crop tool. I can't see it. I'm blind. Crop tool.
You know, I was looking for the crop tool too. I had a hard time finding it.
It's here. I know it's here. I just have been doing too much other stuff today. Okay, crop tool. Yeah, right.
There.
Underneath the slice tool. Okay, there we go. All right, a little bit of late in the afternoon brain fade. Okay, so basically I'm going to crop it, but I can crop it to a specific size. Okay, so I'm going to have it set to a fixed size. Okay, so size and resolution. So it's going to be a custom width and a custom height. So it's going to be 2400 by 3000. Okay, and I shouldn't need the pixels per inch there. But now you can see that I can crop it and just frame it, the final piece, and it's snapping there to the edge. So now I'll crop one. Okay, and then I'll go to File, Save As, and I'll save this as left. Okay, test, because it's not the final thing. And I just did Shift, Command, and D there to get to the desktop.
Yeah.
Save that. Okay, so I've saved that one as left test, and then I'll go take a couple of steps back. I'll do the middle, crop that, go to File, Save As, and I'll call this Center Test to the desktop, and then I'll go take another step back and move the crop to the right here, enter, and then File, Save As, and this will be right test. Okay, so now if we have a look at the desktop here, we've got all your screenshots, and if we just view things by date modified, so we see these at the top, we've got the 3 panels of the triptych.
Okay.
Now you might need to go back in and save them as a JPEG if you were going to take them to printers or send them to printers to get printed out. But those are basically the 3 panels that you need. Okay, and certainly as a JPEG they'd be a smaller file size. Okay, so to save it as a JPEG, for this one, for example, we just go to File, Save As, and then change it to a JPEG, and it will flatten it when it changes. Although these are flattened as well, so and you can see now that JPEG is 1 megabyte rather than 20 megabytes, which is a significant difference. Okay, so that's how to do that size management for that.